Hello, everybody, and welcome to another of our Arkham Horror podcast, where it's been a while, but in this one we're going to just talk for up to a maximum of an hour, or whenever we have things that we run out of what we want to talk about, and we're going to be talking about the Mystic class. You can see in the previous ones that we talked about the
other classes
except Survivor. That one hasn't come out yet.
Which we haven't talked about yet.
We haven't talked about it yet, but we will eventually. But today we're going to be talking about the color purple. Oh my god. Does anyone have anywhere they want to start with?
What do you guys like about purple? I like water protection.
Yeah, my favorite part of purple is that they have from the beginning made sense as the class that stops the Mythos deck, right? Like, and to me,
they do have a very strong identity.
Yeah, they do have a very strong identity. That's very true. And I like Deny Existence to an extent. I like Deny Existence to an extent.
Except for like one little niche thing.
Yes. There's a lot of things I don't like about the class. So I actually do some things. So that's kind of it for me and things that I think I can like. Okay. I also like token bag manipulation.
That's fun.
To an extent. But this is the nice part, so I'm going to talk about the nice things.
Bring what you like about purple.
Yes.
Is it water protection to protect your fragile green characters?
Have you ever played a purple character?
Played Safina.
No.
Dexter's purple.
Dexter.
Yeah, like, does Dexter count?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, his card is purple. You can look in there.
Does Lola count?
Nope. Have you played Agnes?
Nope.
No.
Oh my, no.
Travis, you played Jim once. When you and I did a 2-person run through Night of the Zealot, you played Jim.
Oh god.
You played Akachi?
Clearly blocked that out.
No, haven't played Mateo.
I played Mateo.
You played Luke, but Travis forced you into it.
Yeah.
You had a good time.
Yeah. I mean, like...
You played Diana.
Diana's purple. You played purple characters.
But like Diana, but the thing about Diana though is like Bryn likes Diana because you got to work for it. You don't just get things handed to you. And you've not played Marie.
I have played Marie once with my mother.
Okay, but never on the channel.
It was not a good deck.
Dexter.
I built a bad deck. It was my fault.
Jackie.
And you're probably gonna play Lily one day.
It's not really purple.
Well,
yeah, Lily's not really.
No, Lily's technically a blue character.
Wow. All right, Travis, what about you? What do you like? You're just a word of protection. Is that it?
No, I like how you get to use your offensive stat also as a defensive stat.
Yeah.
That's
your defensive stat as an offensive stat?
Yes, that way. Yes.
Yeah.
I like how powerful a lot of the purple effects feel. I like the big flashy seal of the 7 sign. I like word of protection level 5. I like seal of the other sign and seal of the 7 sign. All the seal ones are great. Let me tell you. True Magic gets me really hyped. Right of Equilibrium, and you just dump a bunch of tokens in the bag, and you're like, yeah.
Figure it out, boys.
Yeah, that's really fun.
This is a fun thing, and I do like that they have this. I mean, Red also kind of has it. The make things the Elder Sign, right?
But theirs is like through chance, and purple is just like a show of power.
Yeah, we've done it.
Yeah. I like I generally like the power to cost thing that purple has going for it. I like the Doom stuff. Doom mechanic is fun.
Yeah, the Doom mechanic is really cool, and
I think they can improve on the power to costing a little bit, but I will talk about that after because it's stuff I like.
I do like some of their build around allies. I think that's kind of neat. Like Twyla.
Twyla's cool. Olive enables some neat stuff.
Yeah,
Diana.
Diana's cool.
Diana Esperance.
Ikiak is...
She's there.
Yeah,
she's hanging out.
So here's what you do. You play Diana Esperance.
Yeah.
And you use it.
Not Diana.
It's pronounced Diana. I asked.
Who?
Her.
Yes. And you use it to imprint the right of equilibrium. And then you just keep dumping bullshit into the bag.
I mean, like, if you're playing Paradoxical Outcome, or Paradoxical Covenant, and you actually have enough stuff, like, that seems good.
I think if you are and, like, anybody else is playing either side of it, like, technically you're helping.
Yeah. I really enjoy how purple gets, like, a lot of the weird effects in the game. Things like Time Warp and stargazing.
Yeah.
And I
Agreed
think
on
that
that.
goes a long way towards offsetting something I know Justin's going to say he doesn't like, which is the sameness of their cards that actually do things, for the most part.
And I think that like
They've gone a little bit better with that, with like cards like Abyssal Tome.
And honestly, I think that's just by the nature of the way the game works,
Yep.
right? Like it's hard, and it's the release format. If they just had Shriveling, right, people would be like, sick, I'm going to use Shriveling. Or even just like Shriveling of Reserve Flame, right? Like 2 choices, 2 different sides. But the thing is, because any expansion can be someone's first expansion, they need offensive, clue getting, and like an evade spell, right?
Didn't they put Rise Seeking in the...
Level 2, not the level 0.
Yes.
But it's still good, right? But like it's because anyone's thing could be this, so like they need to do that for it. And I'd rather if they just were like, this one, our release format is so much better, just go buy that if you need these, right?
I mean, like the ones from the Edge of the Earth are better. I think that they're... I don't like the design of them as multicolored cards, but I like the design of them as like purple cards that are different from the current trend.
I just think they need to stop making those for a bit.
Yeah.
They need to just like be like, we're not doing that for a few expansions.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're not that... Like, you have the original cycle is like Shriveling, right, and Mists, and then we got the ones that are in the Jacqueline Fine deck, and then we got Curse ones, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, I still think that's
Yeah.
just
How many copies of Switchblade do I need, though?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Because the answer is 2, and they're not the level 0.
I do like the curse ones.
Yeah, I think the main thing that
Actually,
they suffer from
Curse
is
ones,
the
but-
core set just not having
Yes.
all of the options.
Yeah.
Knowing if I was Seeking level 0, Shriveling level 0, and Mists were in there, I'd be like,
Yeah.
good. But, you know, you can't.
What do you mean? You can't travel through time.
Yeah, I do really like that purple is like the weird one.
Yes. Yeah. And I like the cards like Time Warp because those cards are strange, and anytime there's a strange purple card, apart from stuff like Flute of the Elder Gods.
Yeah, I mean, I still appreciate Flute of the Elder Gods,
Yeah.
'cause even if it's just awful, like, it's cool.
Is
It's
it just awful?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So it's a
Dude, it
4
costs
cost.
8 experience points.
Yeah, it's an X cost, 8 experience, seal up to X curse tokens, exhaust it and release 1 curse token sealed on it, choose a non-elite enemy or location, either move the chosen enemy to a connecting location or deal its damage to any enemy at its location. This attack does not provoke attacks of opportunity. So you can blow the horn, and it does hit itself. However, it's a lot to get going.
Stop hitting yourself, but you could not.
But only if you've paid 8 experience, put this into your deck. Put enough curse tokens into your deck to, like, or be able to keep curse tokens in the bag enough to reliably use this when you play it. And then pay enough resources to put into play with those curse tokens. And then also you can only do it to elite enemies. And it takes up a hand slot.
Non-elite enemies.
Non-elite, that's what I meant.
I wouldn't be surprised if in Innsmouth we see, like the Return to, we see a permanent that allows you to put some curse tokens in at the start of the game.
That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah. Because that's what stuff like this is missing, because it's one card you pay 8 experience for that you need a bunch of other things to actually get going, right?
Yeah, purple does get... They've been doing a good job, like, making really neat purple cards, I think, with, like, the Hierophant and Sign Magic.
I think.
From the Return to...
The Hierophant's boring. You just get 2 Spirit Hearts.
Yeah. And Astronomical
real good.
Atlas is so cool.
1 second, those are in. So let me just get those because I also wanted to. I can't see Mystic. Boom. Astronomical Atlas. Yeah, this is the new one that you've been doing the gross things with.
And Norman Withers, yeah.
Norman Withers.
Yeah, it's like one thing I think the purple design suffers from a little bit is like all the cool stuff isn't the stuff that you need to do to win the game.
Yeah,
So,
and
like-
that's kind of like the stuff too. I'm like, look at all these cool things. Like even like, but I'm like, well, I'm gonna get my spells, my denies, my wards, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
my personal biggest beef with the game actually is Arcane Research.
Yeah, I also hate that card exists. So.
And this is actually in the video where you talked about cards that made you angry,
Yeah.
right? People talked about, they were like, why not, Travis, do you not like Arcane Research because you don't like Sharon's Obol?
Well, part of the meme for that video was that they were all green and yellow cards.
Yes,
but
yeah. And also, like, this one, yeah, I think, like, the thing is, though, with Sharon's Obol, you become a liability. With this one, you have to take it if you're planning on upgrading spells, because the upgrade experience is built for this value now,
Yeah, they put
right?
themselves in a box with it.
Yeah. So it'll never go away. This card will have to stay here, otherwise Mystics become, or like they're trying to do the alternative with Down the Rabbit Hole, right?
Yeah, which is like fine but worse, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. What does this card exactly do? Use to upgrade the first 2 cards you upgrade for next scenario by 1, and increase the experience you purchase new cards by 1. So like, yeah, I guess it's
Card big.
like it's not strictly worse than the Arcane Researches. You do get no trauma, which is nice sometimes, depending on which Investigator you're playing. Like this is probably nice for like Parallel Agnes.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't think there's too many purple investigators of exceptional sanity, though that's kind of part of their identity. But maybe I'll try this instead of Arcane Research next time I play purple investigator.
Yeah, it's the thing is though, like, and it's as you're saying, like it's still fine, right? But it's just worse than Arcane Research because like Arcane Research on the first thing, it just buys me a Ward of Protection, level 2, and then I buy other stuff.
Travis, you're gonna hate this.
Oh.
But what if you're playing a not purple investigator?
We're not taking versatile to put down the rabbit hole in your deck.
And you're
That's
taking
stupid.
so like because you have to buy it at deck construction, so you also have to take in the thick of it to buy a versatile.
I know. Okay, what's the payoff?
Upgrade your cards cheap.
Yeah, the issue with that is like most other colors aren't as reliant on like actually upgrading the cards that they have as purple are.
Yeah, so I guess like other part of this is the investigator in question is also green, so then they get to play with adaptable.
Yeah, sure.
So then you can change cards in your deck.
Anyway,
Wow.
so like the thing that actually I think really hurts down the rabbit hole is for Arcane Research you can use them on like the same spell. So you just upgrade. You're only boxed into upgrading like 1 card from a version that's already in your deck. Whereas this one you have to be upgrading 2 cards that are already in your deck. You only get 1 XP reduction to be getting actual value out of it.
And like this, like as well with Down the Rabbit Hole, like you need a plan for Arcane Research. You need like just a general structure. Like I'm going to go in this order, right? With this one, you'll need a plan, right? You're like I'm going to need to know what I'm going to upgrade, and then if I need to buy new stuff, now they all cost 1 more. But
yeah, I guess Down the Rabbit Hole isn't like quite as punishing as Arcane Research is, where like you're not really losing value if you're not using it every round.
yeah, that's fair.
Because like if you have 1 turn or 1 upgrade thing where you upgrade 2 War Protections, you save 2 experience, and the next time you put like a Seal the Other Side in your deck, you pay 6 experience for, you're still up in experience, and you don't have any trauma. There's no like sunk cost to it.
Yeah. And also because I can see people talking right now, being like, Justin, why are you so negative in the thick of it? Because 2 trauma is 3 experience. This is 2 trauma for like 10 experience.
14 experience.
Yeah, 14.
Thank you.
It's even more. It's like the number do be a lot bigger than 3.
Yeah, that's true. Although to be fair, only the first like 8 of it really counts.
That is true.
Because after that, it's sort of like, well, I mean, like you can. Does it matter anymore? Like your deck's probably pretty optimal by this point.
It depends what you're doing. Like if you're upgrading your level 3 Shillings to 5, it helps you scale with the Campaign Bear.
Yeah, it also helps you kill yourself better though.
Yeah, so those Miles Dancers are going to kill you anyway, so you might as well be the one doing it.
And I mean, my last things for Arcane Research is you always end up being the upgrade to Deny Existence going into scenario 7 and 8. And those are nice to have there because then... But it is really, like, for your game plan, it is smaller than 14, it is true. But this can provide up to 14.
Like, you do technically get it, it's just that not all of it counts. It's not all worth the same.
Yeah.
It also results in you, like, playing... These cards that reduce the experience result in you, like, paying the same... playing the same cards over and over again.
Yes, 100%.
And that's you just pass the cards that you want to play with. You're like, oh, I'm going to play Right Seeking, or you're going to play your Clue Getting and your combat spells of choice. And then you're like, well, I need other spells to upgrade to get value out of these Arcane Researches. So I'm going to play Ward of Protection, I'm going to upgrade those. I'm going to play Deny Existence, and like, I can just, worst case scenario, I could just dump experience into those.
Yeah. I think the only time I've ever played with Arcane Research was during our all purple run.
Yeah.
But I also build like rinky-dink garbage decks. So.
I think a neat design would be like if you would, like not like as its own permanent maybe, and like you can't have other, maybe put clause on where like you can't have other permanents starting in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in a deck creation. When you purchase it, you can't have other permanents or something like that. And then like you can, when you're upgrading your deck, you can remove a spell card to purchase another spell card at like 2 XP discount or something like that, or 1 XP discounts. So like you don't have to upgrade the same card every time, but like you do have to have spells if they want to focus on that. I don't know.
It'd be cool to even, like, this is kind of away from purple, but cards that upgrade by trait, so you get a bonus, like, if you exchange this for another one of the same trait, you get a reduction. I think this also goes with what was just said, how you always end up buying the same stuff, is that purple kind of just builds itself at level 0. Like,
yeah, there's so many cards that are just so efficient at level 0.
Because, like, so, like, let's talk about it right now. So you get your two of your necklace of choice, which is usually Holy Rosary.
Yeah, you want your stack brain boost, which is default Holy Rosary.
Yeah. You are going to grab your spells, which are usually you're going to run 6 of because you want to do your job well.
5 or 6, depending on what you're doing.
So we're at 7 to 8 right now.
Yeah, you want to either David Renfield for economy or Arcane Initiate to draw your cards.
Yeah, 9.
Or both.
Or both.
Or both,
Or
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
So now we've broken 10 cards. Ward of Protection, Deny Existence. You need those. We're at 15.
Promise of Powers.
Promise of Powers, 17. Spectral Spectral
Razor falls a little bit into the spells that do the thing, in my opinion, but...
yeah, but the thing is, even at, like, with, like, they're still just so good. They just, like,
so
go
good.
in. It's hard to, like, find a reason not to, right?
Yeah.
And then you're probably going to run a Guts, probably, right?
Well, yeah, you're going to play, you're playing spells, you're going to play Uncage the Soul, because it's
Uncage the
Guts,
Soul, yeah.
and it's one of your few economy options that aren't just awful.
So now you're at, like, 20 to 22 cards, right? And, like, that's, like, it just... Like, the other classes do have that kind of build yourself part of it, but not to the extent that Mystic does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, they're
Green
level
does it.
0.
At level 0, all your cards suck, so play whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
A lot of Green's, like, level 0 cards are just, like, not good. They're very uninspiring. Like, Familiar Spirit's not cool, you can't build around that. Scrymir's, like, fine, but it's a little
You
expensive.
can build
for what
around
it does.
Familiar Spirit.
I think you can, but...
I don't even know what this little kitty cat does.
It's right
Extra
here.
spell slot.
Yeah. Like, Voice Roar is only really good if you're playing Token Manipulation. Parallel Fates is only really good if you're playing Gloria.
Yeah.
Forbidden Knowledge is only really good if you're playing Agnes.
And it's because
No,
these...
this is not true. It's also good in Dexter.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And it also kind of just show, like...
Just so many of them are niche or bad for the sake of, like, making the class feel like they power up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a unfortunate design. It's the reason that they get the experience accelerating cards. Because, like, you can't... If your deck's bad at the start, then you can't get the experience... You can't do well enough in early scenarios to get the experience you need to make your deck good.
Yeah.
I do. I would like to see Arcane Research be, like, limit 1 per.
Yeah, it'd be fine, too.
Yeah.
Just ban it. Just down the rabbit hole, enjoy it.
If they print more variations, if they just want to make it forbidden, I'm here for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
I wouldn't mind seeing one that, like, you could take mental trauma to be better at, like, upgrading your spells in between scenarios.
This is actually
I think
when
that would be
You
better.
can take mental trauma for experience.
Yeah.
to go off
Well,
of
like
what,
but you had to spend it on spells.
to go off what actually started this podcast that Travis brought up originally. He said that he also wanted to talk about ideas for the class, and one thing that you brought up briefly there that was, I think, really cool was more cards in Mystic that play with if you have trauma.
Or
right?
they give you trauma.
Or they give you trauma, right?
Yeah, like, I think the example card I gave was like it's like Key of Yog-Sothoth or something like that, like a 0 cost event that costs you 5 experience, and you have to take a mental trauma to play it, and then it, like, reduces the shroud of your location to 0 until the end of the round, and you get to discover a clue at that location or a connecting location, and then it can't commit for anything. It's like, it's a very powerful effect, but you gotta...
Take a trauma. Yeah, and that's where I think that if they
You can only
then
use them so often.
couple that with some things that benefited from trauma, right, to a way I think would be cool, like the thermos, but, you know, in purple and less bad. Right?
Look, the thermos is not bad. You put soup in it, it stays hot. It's good.
Because
or like trauma that doesn't isn't just about healing.
yeah, because like Fearless it's a pretty good card, and is it like if you're worried about your brain, you just put this in, and you make your spells better, right? but like things that just like the trauma, more trauma you have on you, the better you are. It's kind of like that risk reward that Kelvin has. It can be an archetype, right? It can be an archetype in here. It's not gonna. They should do something a little bit crazy with it. I mean, they do crazy things, but they should like really go crazy.
You want something crazy they could do that would partially break the the feel of the campaign? It's like a lich permanent that costs like 10 experience or something,
That's
and
cool.
you can't be defeated, or your investigator doesn't get killed, which is insane for having max trauma. And then like when you run out of cards in your deck, you lose or something.
Oh my god.
The
Yeah, just
campaign.
like an alternate death condition.
Yeah.
Seems sick. That seems
Yeah, it's
sick.
it's like pretty high fantasy for this game, but
That would
Just flavor it as some sort of deal with Yogg Sothoth, right? Like unlimited knowledge.
it would
Sell
make
your
versatile
soul.
good.
it
Yeah.
might, yeah. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
What does this card do? Well, I have 5 more cards until I die now.
Yeah, we get to play a couple more turns. You're playing Dumb Witchers like
Quantum Flux is just like a house.
yeah.
Oh.
No, it'd be like if you had to shuffle your discard back in your deck, you lose instead. That'd be very
Oh yeah, that'd be
okay.
cool. Yeah,
To
that'd be
avoid
cool.
that,
Quantum Flux.
I really like this card,
this card
It's not
is
but I like it.
better than it looks. When it's good, but it's not good.
Yeah. It
You know?
and honestly, I think cards like this are good because you'll know when you want it, and when you want it, it's really good. It's not just something you put it on your decks like Promise of Power.
I like to see more summon cards too, like the Summon Hound.
Yeah, that's the doggy. I agree.
Way to get like allies like that would be cool.
Because like there's
Having like a pet summoner for an investigator would be neat.
that would be cool.
A zoologist, you just like check out the
It's just-
Pindalos.
It's just Will Yorick, but like with a wig.
Yeah, it's a shame about this guy that he's just like not.
He's fine.
He's fine, but the thing is just like compared to other stuff, there's just other things you want to do. There's really like no home for him right now.
Yeah, like he is comparable to he's kind of like a Sixth Sense that costs you experience, but like also you can fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes damage for you. It's not awful.
He only gets oh no, okay, because he's a lightning bolt to do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then he gets the what is the let's see what the Unbound Beast does just to remind myself.
It kills your dog because
Yep.
it is your dog, and now it's trying to kill you. And it's just numbers.
He's just numbers. Yeah, he's just the 3/3/3, just zhoop, right across the board.
Hunter, so you can't ignore him. Retaliate, so he's dangerous to fight. That's what he do.
Yep.
Man, it would suck to just play him and then he's just like
Just immediately on top.
Yeah.
like,
Huh.
I'd like to see more like sort of enchantment upgrades for purple as well. Things like enchant weapon, which I mean like I'm fine with that
Yeah.
being
I think
blue's domain
this
as well,
guy
but
should give you the Summoned Hound back after you beat him.
Yeah.
yeah. No, that would
And
make
shuffle
it,
like this
would
back
make
into
it
your
better.
deck.
Oh yeah, you just have to like tame
So like
him.
yeah, then he's like the wooden puppet, you know, the like.
Oh yeah,
I'll do
100%.
stuff
Yeah.
for you,
Wrestle
but
him all
like
the
yeah,
day.
you gotta
He's like, I brought you
wrestle
some
him.
years, bud, and you're like, thanks.
That would, I think that would
Cool.
be.
I think that would be cool.
Very cool wooden puppet.
I think that would be probably just about enough to make him playable. Like right now, it's just the risk to reward is kind of not exactly there.
Yeah. It's a cool card though, like the flavor.
Though I suppose if you're Diana Stanley, the Unbound Beast can be like, "I'll kill your Summoned Hound," and you're like, "No, sit."
I love also the purple cards that have like that, just kind of like
They add a skill into another.
no. It really it lives in the flavor of the game more than any other class does.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like you turn into the spirit. You
become ethereal.
you become ethereal, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like let's freaking go. Like that's just
Is it
fun.
good? Debatable.
Yeah, but like
But it is cool.
it's very it's magic and it's interesting and it's kind of just silly because I remember when I first read it on screen for the first time we were recording because I'm like I don't need this card. I was like add brain to foot. I don't need to evade. And then I was like you turn into a ghost. That's wild.
That's cool,
That's
dude.
yeah. That's so sick.
Yeah. I mean, like the effect is also very powerful.
But like you just at this table we're also like not big fans of evading. We'd rather just kill the problem. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like, evading things is better when you have less people. 'Cause
Exactly. Yep.
You're, having to evade. It's easier to not get overwhelmed. When you're playing with 3 or 4 people, if your plan is to evade enemies, you're going to get overwhelmed very quickly.
Yeah, especially if they have hunter too, because then like they become someone else's problem. You're just pushing the problem further down the line.
But it's cool though because that person can evade too. So,
Yeah.
And then you just have 4 people all making 3 evade tests to try and be like, yeah.
Sounds like our Forgotten Age draft run.
And that was the last time I played Forgotten Age too. It was just like me and my dad was playing Silas, and I was playing someone with good foot.
Finn?
No, it wasn't Finn. That was Circonda.
Sure.
Yeah.
What color were they?
I don't remember.
So like,
It's probably
Couldn't be
some dumb
Rita.
green character.
Because Rita needs many of the same cards that Silas
Oh,
does
okay.
because they can't really play off color
I bet
stuff.
it might have been Wendy.
yeah, she has
think
good foot.
about
Yeah.
But yeah, like every turn, there was a point where we're just like, you guys got those clues yet? And like, we're gonna evade 7 enemies this turn.
Wow. Yeah.
Every
yeah.
turn forever. Like, that's what we got. It's Yig and a Harbinger and 5 other snakes.
That would be so tough with 4 players. Yeah. Because
please get the clues.
in solo, like if it can do a lot. Like this card's just like walk away from all your problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like in 4 players, this is also walk away from all your problems. It doesn't matter if it's somebody else's. That's somebody else.
Yeah, same thing with stealth.
Spoken like a
figure it
true
out.
rogue. Spoken like a true rogue. Yeah.
Like I have a deck drawn up on Arkham DB to play with skids with stealth. Maybe I'll play that next time.
Oh no.
I like to see them play around with Doom a little bit more too. I think it'd be neat to see an Investigator who could like discard a card that you have in play that has Doom on it for an effect.
But not this.
Not
card.
this one. This one's illegal.
Yeah, a non-permanent card, whatever.
What's the book?
Abyssal Tone.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Divermus Mysterious is also like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just something like that where your Investigator's like, as an action, you can discard a card that you have in play that has Doom on it to get money back to those resources or
Because
something like that.
the only way they have is Moonlit Ritual, right?
Yeah.
Or be Dexter.
Or be Dexter.
Yeah.
But
Or play something else in that slot.
and it's kind of like
It's
as
fine, but
the weakness that this also has is that because Mystic has a lot of archetypes they're kind of like touching into, they need more tools to like be able to, because the Doom thing is kind of just shaky because all you really have is Dexter, Moonlit Ritual, play other things in the slots, but then you get Yellow and they get like a million ways to draw cards and gain clues, right? Because Mystic is doing so many different things, they kind of like, their archetypes aren't as full as the others, and then you get like Rogues, which also have that problem, but like they're starting to really be get their archetypes
more cohesive, yes. Like, I mean, purple, it's like flavorful for purple, where like magic is hard to come by, and you just kind of you know what you know.
I think like another way, like an Investigator or just another card that like, is just to deal with Doom a bit more, just so they have a bit more consistency.
I like the ceiling thing too.
Yeah.
I would like to see 1 or 2 like so cards at level 0 for it's Chthonian Stone.
There it is.
Yeah. 1 or 2 like low level cards to make this worth it, or like a spell like Shards of the Void that lets you release sealed things from your cards to like do extra damage or something like that.
Yeah.
Fight with Brain, and if you succeed, you can release a sealed token to deal +1 damage.
Because everything I've seen with like
+2 damage if it's a symbol.
with sealing stuff is that like until you're like set up, you're kind of just only playing things that seal, and you're not helping the game out.
Even then, like what you got like Chthonian Stone at level 0, that's it. And
Yeah.
then like Protective Incantations and Seal of the 7th Sign.
Yeah.
The archetype could use a little bit of support.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I'm hopefully that because with the new release schedule, maybe we'll see, or format, maybe we'll see something new, and they'll be like, this is something we've never done before because of this new format, and it's just like cards. Or they're just going to announce another campaign, which I mean is still cool, right? But I'd love to see some just like small packs in this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these cards that they let people at Arkham Knight's design, I'm not a huge fan of. A lot of them turn out to be like bad, but like very close to being broken. Or they interact with parts of the game that like probably shouldn't be interactable with, you know?
Yeah, so for me, a lot of the Arkham Knights one, or like the group card design ones, the ideas behind them are neat. I just think they're like,
They had the idea, and they're like, how can we make this not broken? And it ends up being kind of bad.
yeah, and they're kind of just like, there's a lot to them.
Yeah.
It's just like,
There's so much text, and
yeah, but
But
like,
I think this card is just plain strong. Like you just ignore the second ability.
like if you're just playing it for the stats, it's fine. But it's so boring.
yeah, it is kind of boring.
It's just like, why would you choose to do that when you could just play something cool? Like,
Because you're playing Agnes and you're Wendy's mom.
for the same experience, you get Diana.
No, but like you're Agnes and you're Wendy's mom. So when Wendy's like, I'm abandoned and alone.
No,
and
it's
you're
a
like,
basic.
but
It's
that's
a
not
basic.
basic
It's a
weakness.
basic weakness.
oh my god, this card sucks. Okay, never mind.
Well,
Get it out.
Yeah, it's just that one little thing.
No, if
They're
it was
like-
good for that, yeah.
they're that one little thing that they just pulled the nod.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, like, fair is fair. You probably shouldn't be allowed to interact with basic weaknesses.
Or no, your personal. But the thing is, you can in purple, right?
Yeah, with deny existence.
With
for
deny
some
existence.
reason.
Yeah.
I also think you shouldn't be able to do that.
I agree. I hope that does get tabooed one day. Because this shouldn't be able to stop. We're actually going to be talking about this again in a video later on, but that we're recording today. But it's just an effect that just you shouldn't be able. Your personal weaknesses should always be a thing. Always. You shouldn't be able to sit on this as Sister Mary or Diana and just be like, "Wee, me go."
Yeah.
Yep.
It is kind of funny that you can use this to. Excuse me?
We're recording a podcast.
It's unfortunate for you. I don't work for you right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of that.
Sure.
No, that's not right for deny existence.
Sorry.
So it's not right that deny existence can interact with your weaknesses. It's like one of those rules things where they're like, yeah, it's technically right. Like Silas getting bonuses off skills he returned to his hand. It's just like, but why though? Like most of the players who play this game aren't gonna have the rules knowledge to figure that out.
And it's actually one of the things, and it's why I'm bringing it up in the video we're recording after this, is because I've had a lot of people in the videos where we talk about this, people saying, I don't think that works, right? And it does. It does.
Yeah,
because
apparently.
when you draw your weakness, it turns into an encounter card, and then you can stop it. And this works specifically with Diana because hers says cannot be canceled, but ignoring isn't canceling. Ignoring,
For some reason.
and it's one of those things that I think because just with this game has a smaller design team than something like Magic or like a digital card game, right?
Yep.
So like some of these things they might just slip through, and then they're like, "Dang, that slipped through."
That's just how it is.
They really need to smooth out how like canceling and ignoring like what the words mean.
Yeah, and it's kind of the thing with just using multiple words to describe one thing when it could have just been cancel, right?
Yeah, because they sometimes do the same thing, sometimes they don't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only part of this that I really enjoy is the idea where when you have the Dark Pact where you gotta stab somebody, they can come up and stab you and you're just like,
No.
but like Yogg Southoth or whoever's like, yeah, good job, you stabbed that guy.
Yeah.
You're just like,
You're
hold
like,
on.
sure.
Yeah, now we got it.
Yeah, all
got
right, no questions.
It's like, well, I mean, like they stopped it, but you filled your end of the bargain, so you're good.
And like the level,
tried.
the level 5 version is also
Yes.
to me like a peak mystic, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just the ultimate fu to the game, and I like the
It's
effect.
so over the top, man.
It is so over the top, and it's just I think it's cool, and I like that Mystic has these big over the top things.
Yeah, like even we don't really play level 5 Ward of Protection. You just draw a card and you're like, no, I don't want it this turn. Get out of here.
Yep.
Yeah, and people ask why we don't play Ward of Protection 5 wherever it is.
Because I play Ward of Protection to stop
Yeah.
ancient evils.
Yeah. And because we play 3-player, right?
Yeah, like when you're playing with 3 people, someone's going to be able to solve your problem most of the time, but no
Yeah.
one can solve ancient evils except for you. That's your problem. When you're playing with less people, yeah, okay, maybe your decks might struggle with drawing, freaking Deep One Bowl or whatever, and that's
Yep.
not something you want to deal with, and this can fix that.
Dude, Deep One Bowl's a freaking house,
Yeah,
man.
this is probably
Work
something
shit
that
out.
we should look at going into the end of Circle Undone, because this card just one card, one resource, one horror. Mindless Dancer, be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, that's very fair. That's
consideration.
very fair.
Yeah, you can't stop like hand coin with level 2.
This one actually probably would be good with, on that case, even like with Gloria, right? Because then she can take the enemy and then just nuke it,
It's
right?
like, nah, man.
Yeah. You can just pick one of the big cards that the game wants to throw at you and just be like, nah,
Yeah.
how about no?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what else it does.
Yeah, because Word Protection 5 is a
Like,
great
it's
card.
very powerful.
Like we don't play it not because we think it's bad, but just because we think 2 is better at this table.
Yeah, I mean, like it's mostly like,
I don't buy this one because I want to spend my experience on cooler things.
yeah, playing Word Protection to
Like
do
Summon
something
Hound.
different.
Woof, 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 woof.
Not like something else. Good try. Though.
It's like it doesn't matter who draws the Ancient Evils.
Yes, yeah.
You know.
Or even just like, even something else is like, oh, this is going to kill me. It's just like, worry not, mortal. With my powers of Mystic, you now are safe.
Speaking of Summon Hound, like, it's one other thing that kind of bothers me about this game. It's not really about Mystics in particular. But, like, you used to be able to play Summon Hound with Patrice and get it back with, like, Chance Encounter, and you just get to keep the dog without the weakness. And that was, like, pretty fine. They were like, no, that's unacceptable. But then they decide, like, Silas being able to, use freaking Unrelenting every test, or Amanda being able to use it every test is fine. Like, why is... Like, I don't get that.
Well, you see, Amanda's yellow, so she gets the pass there.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
And-
also, I'm not sure you can change Unrelenting without, like, actually...
Actually, just killing the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For her, which, I mean, like, okay.
Yeah, with Silas, though, he's a bit... I think Silas is...
It wouldn't bother me if it wasn't such a weird rules thing,
Yeah.
too.
It's if it was just consistent and he'd also just be, he's still very fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's still even like, he's like probably even just like low A tier without any sort of ability to benefit from the skills he brings back.
Yeah, he's
right?
just a good investigator.
Yeah, it's just card advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, not advantage. You're just like, don't know the word for it, but I agree. There needs to be just like something.
It is like effective card advantage, right? Because the card you would have discarded is instead not.
Yes. Yeah.
So it is like drawing a card,
But
just not quite.
yeah, and I also think that Summon Hound. This might be controversial. I think if this card was broken, it wouldn't even be broken, right? Like if with that thing with Patrice, like that's not really like an issue.
No, it's just like a weird rules thing, and they were like, "Oh no, that's not okay to have in our game." But other weird rules things are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or unintuitive is a better word than weird. But my decision, unfortunately.
Poor puppy. Oof. What other Mystic cards are there? Song of
There's
the
a
Dead.
lot
That
of
card's great.
really boring and really bad ones, actually.
So
Song of the Dead, Arcane Studies is pretty trash.
Poor
Yeah.
Song of the Dead.
This card should not use charges.
Or someone said a great suggestion was that you only do the charge if you draw a skull,
Yeah.
which would have been, yeah.
I think even if you don't, like this card is not much better than Wither.
Yep. Oh yeah, Wither, man.
It's actually probably worse because you have to pay XP to put it in your deck.
Poor Wither.
I mean, like, look, I don't think Wither level 4 is like the worst possible card you could be playing. I think it's playable, but it's just everything else is so much better.
And that's the thing, right? Like with if you played Wither, I'd be like, why isn't he playing like Shrivel?
Yeah, I think Wither's effect should last until the end of the round.
Yeah.
On the level 4 one.
Because at least on the level 4 one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter if the level 0 one is kind of not amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fair. It's level 0. But if I'm paying 4 XP to put it in my deck, it should have like a reason to want to play this.
Yeah.
I mean, like, something it does do is, for one arcane slot, if you have a way to more consistently hit the symbol tokens, you can use it as a way to, like, chip down a big enemy, and then it'll have lower evade, so you can evade it easily, and then work on it again the next turn.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I understand why the card isn't like gangbusters, because it's like a knife, right? It's a purple knife that doesn't have ammo, right? So it needs to be weaker. It's just
Also,
the
it
other.
just doesn't have a downside, which is a little of... I'm not a huge fan of this one in 6 cents for that reason.
Yeah. I think, yeah, 6 Sense is also... It's neat that they explore the alternative design space where, you know, good things happen if you draw the symbol, but...
I mean, it's fine. Like, it's good for the for, like, Jack of Fine, where you get to... Or, like, It adds another side to the token manipulation.
Yep.
Which is good. I don't mind them being in that space, but
6 cents, 4. I think it's just a bit wild.
I do really like how purple gets like the cards like Shining Trapezohedron and Food of the Elder Gods, like the cool, powerful relics. I just wish they weren't awful.
Shining Trapezohedron is pretty good, I think.
I don't think it's that
when
good.
you play the cost of a spell, exhaust. Oh yeah, we've had this conversation. I remember this. Travis said that thing and Bryn said that thing, and then I was like, "What does it do?" I had like major deja vu there.
Oh, we can have this conversation again. I don't think it's good. It costs 4 experience to put in your deck, and it takes up your necklace slot, and it doesn't like actually do anything.
It makes money.
Yeah, but
It
like,
defeats the Haunter in the dark.
yeah, except it actually doesn't.
No, but it will, because
But when it comes out, the hunter.
Yeah,
They'll
you
just be
won't-
different
you won't
giant
be- you won't be able- you
Trapezohedron,
won't be able to
dude. It'll be a
damage it.
campaign one.
Can you
No,
imagine
no, it'll
someone
be this
blind?
one. It's
They're
this
blind
one.
doing it, and they're like,
Yeah.
"I'm so excited for this Shining Trapezohedron deck," and then there's a story asset one that starts in play, and they're just like, "I can't fucking play it. Are you kidding me?" That would be so funny. Oh
No,
my
it's
god!
just, it's just actually this one, though. Like, if you build your deck wrong, you can't beat him.
Yeah.
You gotta run away. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this one also this kind of goes with like how when you're building your deck, you need your brain boosting next necklace slot, and then it also kind of just the power level for me, just the difference between a mystic and even actually all of our tier lists. The mystic with 5 brain and the mystic with 4 brain is insane. Like the difference between their power level. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help that the Mystics who have 4 brain. I mean, so like.
Egg Baker, this, and then you're also playing Dark Horse. So then you just never need money because you're just passing brain tests instead.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
It's something, alright.
Yeah, like Jim has 4. His abilities I like Jim, but his ability is kind of poopy.
Yeah, like Jim got really shafted that his like he has 4 brain and his ability is also bad.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I mean,
Let's grab the guy.
like you look at the other 4 brain purple investigators. It's like him and Father Mateo, who mostly suffers from having a bad card pool. Like his ability is fine, like, really good actually. Like yeah, the 4 brain set 5 is probably the biggest issue with Father Mateo.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Luke, who only has 4 brain, but is still very, very good.
Yeah, and he's also like a seeker in disguise too. Yeah.
Yeah. And we got Diana, which like kind of counts, but not really, and she's fine.
She's got rogue brains.
We got Mary Lambeau, who again is like fine. Extra action returns pretty sweet for
Yep.
playing cards that we're already gonna play.
And she also has 4 book, which means that she can very easily get into that other side too.
Yeah. So like the only 4 book investigators who are like not great are Mateo, which is actually a product of his 4 brain and his card pool,
Yeah.
and Jim, who is just bad. He has a lackluster stat line as well as a lackluster ability.
Because like if you really strip it
They have
down,
a cool star effect. It's just +1.
it is
What the hell is that?
It's just +1. No, but
No,
you can treat it as a skull.
Who cares?
You can break your baseball bat. I'd be able to choose to break my baseball bat. Honestly,
I'll take 3 damage on my Song of the Dead one time, but the enemy only had 1 health left.
You know what would have been cool if Jim could have like his star effect was when you reveal a skull token. When you reveal it, you can search Chaos Bag for skull token steal on Jim.
I think if he was made later, he would. Because I hope they don't make parallel investigators beyond the core set.
I also hope they don't.
But I do want them to make a parallel Jim, just because he needs a little bit.
No, just let Rob. It's fine.
To me, with Jim, though, what made me very angry was the fact that he still breaks his baseball bat when he reveals a skull.
Yeah, that's not one of the rules things. That's like a little inconsistent or unintuitive.
Yeah.
You treat it as a 0. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, it's a
you
0
only
token.
treat
They're like,
the
no.
modifier, though.
Yeah, you treat the modifier, right?
Like, otherwise it's
But like,
skull.
it's kind of one of those things.
Because otherwise, if you treated it as a 0, the cards that care about you revealing a skull wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, like, and I mean, if he just treated them as 0 chits, that would make him like probably actually good though.
Yeah. Just skulls were 0s instead.
Yeah, you can roll around with your shriveling. You're like, skulls don't hurt me.
Yeah. And like,
He's just bad, dude.
and then you also just like look at Jim, right? Like his stat line here, he gets 5 cards in another color, right? Which with his stat line doesn't really do anything. So he's pretty much just a purple, like mono purple investigator, really.
You can play the Winchester.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're probably just best off playing cards like Faustian Bargain. So you
Faustian
don't have
Bargain,
to play
yep.
purples like Bad Economy.
Yep. Costume bargain, grab. Just yeah, but like he's just.
Damn it.
I've played him so much, and he's just bad. Like, I love the guy, but he's just bad.
Yeah.
And even, like, his best case scenario, as I said with Makosi Mabadi, is just, you're going to just draw zeros and be fine at everything. And being fine at everything doesn't help you win this game that well. Like, you got to be good at something to win.
Yep.
Well,
It's been an hour yet. I'm running out of stuff talking.
no, I think I'm running out of stuff too. We can call it earlier. His trumpet is really nice though. His trumpet is a nice asset. Toot, toot.
Yeah. I will say purple also has, like, probably on average the best art in the game.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Lots of nice looking spell effects, lots of nice looking, but like shriveling, the dude's head is like actually shriveling away. Ward of protection, you got the nice like pukey green contrasting with the purple card, and she's very clearly warding off a monster. You have like the more abstract art, like Rite of Equilibrium, and like, I mean, Clairvoyance isn't really abstract, but just, they got really nice looking cards, man.
Yeah, and also like it doesn't hurt that purple's my favorite color, so I think the frame just looks freaking sick too.
It's very like Armageddon, just like all the oranges and stuff in contrast to the purple. It's, whew. What about it?
The green and the derp face.
It's not a dirt face.
It is.
So where do you like,
Oh
Bryn?
my
Where
God,
do you?
that guy's just fucked. Look at him. He's got his ribs are hanging. He's got like
God, healing word.
he's like got slash marks in him. It looks like she's hurting him actually.
Oh my God, yeah, this guy's dying. Thank God she's here.
Yeah.
So
Heal one, then die later.
So is purple your least favorite color, Bryn?
No, yellow exists.
Yellow is? Yellow exists?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Purple's not my least favorite. It's my second least favorite.
I think purple might be my like second favorite color actually.
Nice.
I like purple a lot.
Let's check out. You seem to be yellow, purple.
I play the colors you guys don't.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's what happened when we were playing one collection. Brandon was like, "I want to play the green one." You're like, "I want to play the red one." And I'm like, "I will play one of the other ones."
mean, there was the year of COVID where I only played purple.
Yeah, that was awful for
It
you.
was awful for me. It was good at the start. I really liked it. And it also ended okay because I finished with the Gloria and Jacqueline decks,
Yeah.
and those were very strong. But I had that like middle point where I had Akachi in the Chaos draft, and
You like
Jim,
play spells that do something.
and Jim in the mono purple run. Oh my God.
I mean, like the gym one was your fault. That was entirely self-inflicted.
Yeah, and you know the one time where my Song of the Dead killed that mindless dancer, that was really great. And then every other time it just sucked. It just sucked.
Just bad.
Just bad. Sweet. All right. Well, let's call this one here a little bit earlier, but that's, we have nothing else here to say about the Mystic class. Huge thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the channel. We appreciate it. We're hoping you're having a fantastic, I think this comes out on Saturday. I don't know. But if it is Saturday, have a good Saturday. If it's not Saturday, well,
That sucks.
come back next Saturday and watch this. See ya.